The golden goose may lay a golden egg, but does it have a golden thumb? That may sound a little odd, but it will all make sense in just a moment in this episode of Little Big Thumbs. A few months back, the folks at Sinister Fish Games asked us to take a look at one of their newest games, which is simply called HONK. It was pitched to us as a game that is specifically intended for kids to play with adults, and that is exactly what it turned out to be. In fact, I have had so much fun playing this game with my two young daughters, as well as bringing it as a quick filler to play with adults at game night, that we are going to spoil the surprise early and announce that HONK is the newest winner of the Golden Thumb Award, as a game that is equally amazing for both kids and adults. Whenever a game wins the Golden Thumb Award, we like to give away a copy of that game to one member of our Little Big Thumbs audience. So make sure to stick around to the end of this video to learn how you can enter our latest Golden Thumb giveaway. And now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this gaggle of egg-laying goodness as we learn how to play HONK. Before we get into the gameplay, we need to celebrate just how fantastic the goose tiles are that are included in HONK. These tiles are thick, durable, and colorful, and when they're all gathered together in a gaggle of chaotic messiness, there is a unique charm just in the presentation alone. However, there is more to this game than just the looks alone. The winner of HONK is going to be the player who collects the most egg points, and those eggs are made up of regular eggs and golden eggs. Before we start a game of HONK, we'll be spreading out those golden eggs with the numbers face down. Once that's done, we're going to cover those golden eggs with layers of geese. By the time we're ready to start the game, we've got this pile of goosey goodness, and their favorite snack cards are set aside in separate but matching piles. In HONK, we will either be taking food cards or playing those cards to feed and collect geese. Each goose has the food that they want printed right on their bellies, and players can only feed the geese that are completely uncovered. Whenever a goose is collected, a player will gather a number of regular eggs equal to the number of that particular goose they have in their playing area. The first goose of a kind earns a player 1 egg, the second earns them 2, and the third gets them 3, and so on. If after collecting a goose tile, any golden egg is fully visible and not covered by any other goose, the player also gets that golden egg. It's possible to collect multiple golden eggs on a single turn, all in addition to those regular egg payouts. Once the final goose has been collected from the central gaggle, we'll count up our egg points. Each regular egg is worth 1 point, and the golden eggs are worth the printed value, either 1, 2, or 3 points. HONK plays with 2 to 5 players, lasts about 20 minutes, and is recommended for ages 5 and up. Now, let's dig a bit deeper into our thoughts on the game, and then we'll wrap things up with that info on our Golden Thumb giveaway. Let's kick things off with those little thumbs. This game is recommended for ages 5 and up, and I think that is a pretty accurate assessment. We played HONK with kids as young as 4, and while some younger players needed a bit of direction, most had the game under their thumb after just a couple of turns. Watching younger players scoop up a goose that someone else was clearly collecting cards for makes them feel clever and a little bit sneaky, but not in a way that inspires any sour feelings. As far as skill building goes, younger players will find themselves with the opportunity to identify colors, work on their counting and basic addition, and even work on communication skills as they discuss which geese they're gathering and which ones they have their eye on. There's even a little bit of reading on the side of the box if players want to know about the 8 geese that are included in this game. The Egyptian, pink-footed, and barnacle geese are all kinds of geese that I had never even heard of before playing this game. Thinking of independent play for kids, I was able to set up HONK for groups of kids and then pretty much walk away from the table, trusting that they would be able to carry the game through right to its conclusion with almost no adult involvement. On the Big Thumbs side of things, what we have here is an incredibly accessible game that is quite light on strategy. For players who are unfamiliar with hobby gaming, HONK could actually serve as an entryway for many other popular games like Ticket to Ride or maybe even Creature Comforts. And with just a single page of rules, rules, there is almost no chance for a player to disconnect from the experience before the game even begins. The presentation of the game doesn't scream, "kids game!" and the box itself kind of has a tongue-in-cheek kind of vibe, which in my opinion is a pretty tricky balance to strike. I was able to bring Honk out to a couple of game nights and squeeze in some plays before other players arrived. Everyone who tried the game thought it was a lovely little game that scratches a nice itch with a quick play time that doesn't wear out its welcome. It's a game that takes a literal minute to explain and encourages players to think ahead, make some plans, but then be flexible with those plans when another player comes along and snatches up the goose that they had their sights on. We have enjoyed this game from the very first time we played it, and over again, we have loved watching that light bulb moment go off as players discover how truly and deeply enjoyable this game is for any age. And since that is the exact mission of LittleBigThumbs, that is why we are awarding Honk with the Golden Thumb. Now, as we said at the beginning of the video, anytime a game wins the Golden Thumb Award, we like to give away a copy of that game to one member of our LittleBigThumbs extended family. And for this giveaway, there are 2 steps you need to take. The first one is to be subscribed to our channel here on YouTube. If you're not already, just check out the little icon that's in the bottom right corner of the screen, and that'll allow you to get that subscription out of the way. And the second thing you need to do is to leave a comment on this video. As I mentioned a moment ago, there are 8 types of geese in the game, and I'd like for you to drop the name of a goose that lives in your part of the world. And I'll give you a bonus entry if you have some sort of goose-related story you'd also like to leave with that comment. And that's all you need to do. Be subscribed to the channel and leave some sort of goosey comment on this video. We will announce a winner of this giveaway contest in our next episode of Board Game Grotto, which should be dropping in early April, so that gives everyone about 2 weeks to get in on the giveaway fun. Thank you to Sinister Fish Games for sending us a copy of Honk to try out and for sponsoring the Golden Thumb giveaway. But most of all, thank you to all of you for watching this video. And until next time, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you keep playing games that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.